Hi, this is Jason Hinch with ACY Yachts. Today we're going to take a video tour of one of my new listings, the Anna G3. The Anna G3 is a 2006 Hunter 41 deck salon. She's a single owner boat, it's been well cared for, and she's in great shape for her age. So come aboard and let's take a look. While we walk around the exterior of the boat, I'll just make some comments on this model. The Hunter 41 deck salon was named the best production cruiser by Cruising World the year it was introduced in 2006, and it's easy to see why. The raised deck salon design allows for an extremely spacious, airy salon with nearly 7 feet of headroom. Add to that comfortable staterooms with large berths, a full galley with separate fridge and freezer, tons of storage throughout the boat, and a large, well thought out cockpit configured for short-handed or even single-handed sailing, and they got a winner. As we walk down the foredeck, we come to that raised deck salon and the large windows and ports and hatches that provide all that great visibility and light when you're inside the boat, which we'll see once we get there. First, though, we're going to take a walk up to the bow of the boat. Here you can see the wide side decks that are easy to maneuver and all of the hatches that open up into each of the cabins below. At the bow, there's an Arakna anchor locker with electric windlass and foot controls. Coming around, you can see the midship cleats and the raised deck with those large windows. This boat comes with a Gennaker, and there's a whisker pole for handling that sail. Now we'll move aft. And here we can see the Dodger with stainless steel handholds and a Dorade vent, and again, those opening hatches. All the lines on this boat are led back to the cockpit, so you can control everything from there without having to go on deck. Moving into the cockpit, one of the first features we see is that folding wheel, which allows you to easily move around the cockpit when you're not sailing. Another great feature are these double stern rail seats, which are a great place to sit while underway. Here's the chart plotter. I should mention this boat was upgraded with B&G electronics a few years ago. The tender is a 10-foot 2016 high-field rib with a Torqeedo electric engine. Here I want to point out the positioning of the foresail winches. They're easily accessible from the helm, which is great for short or single-handed sailing. Moving forward, we see the control winches for the sails. This boat has both foresail roller furling and in-mast roller furling for the main, which makes reefing a breeze and, again, is great for short or single-handed sailing. Here we can see some cup holders which sit above a folding cockpit table and a large cockpit locker where you'll find a 10 kilowatt Fisher Panda generator. Now let's take a look below decks. On the way down, we can see the JVC CD stereo player and an inclinometer. Starting with the galley, we see a double stainless steel sink, 2-burner stove oven, and this large pantry. Underneath the counters, you'll find separate refrigerator and freezer units. Moving on to the nav station, we have a GPS unit, a chart plotter, VHF radio, and all the electrical control panels. Here we can see those windows and high overhead that really make this cabin feel expansive. Here we can see the flat screen TV and the seating area that can easily seat 6 people. Swinging back around, we have the forward-aft view of the galley and the nav station. On the starboard side, there's an additional sofa for 2 people. And mounted on the forward bulkhead is a Roku TV player. Now let's move into the forward cabin. The forward cabin, featuring a private head, is spacious and can accommodate 2 people. On the starboard side of the cabin, we find a vanity with sink, with storage above and below, and a large hanging locker with a shelf on top. Coming around to the port side, we find the double berth with additional storage below and shelving running the length of the berth above. Now let's take a look at the head. There's an opening hatch above with a storage locker on the forward bulkhead, followed by an electric toilet beneath. There is shelving on both the port and starboard sides. This is a wet head, and here we see the shower wand mounted on the aft bulkhead. When using the shower, a seat folds down over the electric toilet. Now let's move back through the boat to take a look at the aft cabin. The aft cabin features a large queen double berth with storage cubbies at the foot and a storage locker recessed into the port bulkhead. There is a vanity on the forward bulkhead, and on the starboard side we find access to the shared head. Ventilation is provided by 2 opening ports and a large opening hatch above the berth. Moving forward now, let's take a look at the shared head. This head is shared by the aft cabin and the main salon. As we see here, it features a separate shower stall with a bench seat that's hidden behind these folding glass doors. Along the starboard side of the head, we have 2 opening hatches, mirror with stainless steel sink, and electric toilet. And that wraps up our tour of the Anna G3. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and if you have any questions or would like to schedule a showing, please feel free to give me a call. Thanks for watching, and look forward to seeing you next time.